No, I just think if you look at the climb and the pivot of Marvel, Endgame was called Endgame for a reason. Like, it ended the game. It was probably one of the best crafted, between Infinity War and Endgame, it was probably one of the best crafted two movies and storytelling ever in the history of cinema. To take a movie and then finish it in another movie in such a spectacular way and have such an emotional response with the audience, it showed that everybody working on that movie was in perfect stride and telling the same story and, building it to its proper crescendo. And because of that, you have to start over. So I think this movie, just like Captain America, the First Avenger, is a foundation. It's a stepping point to build back to that huge moment, that huge crescendo, where we got to an end game, to take that universe, take the MCU to the point of where we want to see it. Like, there's no way of going from Endgame and continue to go. There's no way of bettering or topping Endgame. It had to start over to build back up to that again. So this is more of a starting point, just like Captain America, the First Avenger was.
Okay. En esta película, como en todas las de Capitán América, la política tiene un gran peso en la trama. Además, nos presenta al personaje de Harrison Ford, un presidente del gobierno de los Estados Unidos recién elegido, que afronta los problemas con medidas muy fuertes y que además se transforma en un monstruo rojo casi incontrolable. Es muy difícil no sacar algunas lecturas relacionadas con todo lo que está pasando actualmente, ¿no?
No, I think the comparison is completely different. Because when we made this movie 2 years ago, it was a very different time. Joe Biden was our president. So the movie is not so much a benchmark or a comparison to the times that we live in today. It's more so just Marvel's been very good with taking the contemporary culture and bleeding it into the comic book story of what these characters live and portray. So I don't think it's an idea of us looking at our political setting in America and making a movie about it, because we made the movie 2 years ago.
Capitán América siempre ha sido uno de los superhéroes más inspiradores.
Copy.
Capi, yeah. Capi siempre ha sido uno de los superhéroes más inspiradores. Un personaje que simboliza muchos valores, sobre todo la esperanza de cara al futuro. Te quería preguntar cómo ves tú el futuro a corto o medio plazo, tanto en tu país como a nivel mundial.
So, in your country and all, like in all the world?
I think when you look at every country, any country, when you look at Spain, if you love your country, you always see hope and promise. And Captain America as an entity, he's always had the idea of what would make this place a better place. And I think that's what Captain America represents. It's not so much about himself, but it's about all of us, just as a humane culture. So it's always about promise and making it, be the best that it could be for all of us, not just ourselves.
Y ya para terminar, más allá de todos los efectos visuales, las grandes escenas de acción que suelen tener todas las películas de Marvel, esta película en concreto, por lo que hemos podido ver, funciona en múltiples niveles. ¿Cuál crees tú que es el mensaje más poderoso que la película envía a la audiencia?
I think with this movie, the best part of it is recognizing and accepting other people's limitations. With Ross being who he is, and with Sam Wilson being who he is, and their history, they still have the ability to come together and be forgiving towards each other and really work towards a better relationship later on in the film. It's not so much about my way and you're going to do it my way and you have to do what I say. It's more so about listening to the other person and making concessions to what they feel and what they think, as opposed to imposing your will.